wanted to continue playing a campaign, having your friends over once a week, once a month, to play Dungeons and Dragons, you'll need the core rule books. The hard copy books are more expensive. PDFs available online, whatever suits your preference. So it's not that expensive, and that's what I love about Dungeons and Dragons, because it's about what you put into it and about the effort and the lengths that you want to go to. So if you're writing, you want to build your own world, that's completely up to you. You can make it your own. There's no cost there. It's going to cost you a pencil and a few bits of paper. That's all it's going to cost you. Unless you're tech savvy and you want to do everything on a laptop. There are very great tools for world building available online. People to find and work schedules, that's always going to be tricky, if I'm honest. Not necessarily people to find. If you're in the right friends group, there'll always be people willing to play. However, people willing to run a game, that's rarer. I personally have only met a couple of people that DM. However, I have done quite a bit of research online. I have watched a lot of YouTube videos. Matt Mercer, for example, if this is your thing, you'll probably know of Matt Mercer and the work he does, which is fantastic, if I'm honest, and I'm a little jealous, to say the least. And also homebrewing and published settings. Now, homebrewing is when you make everything your own, when you build your own world, you build your own story, you build your own characters. Published settings is running from the books, what's written down. You want your players to explore that world, or whether you want your players to explore your world. Personally, I'm all about the personal touch, making things your own, building your own world. And that's something I intend to touch on a lot in this channel, on how to go about that. Tips and hints and things that I've done to explore options of creating a world, running various campaigns. I've done investigation, I've handled horror, I've handled drama situations. My 3 games that I run are very different. I have Team A, B and C. Team A, that's the one where it's all out, no holds barred. I explore every rule I can think of because those guys are fantastic, they can handle it, and I really put my all into that group. Team B, I keep it very basic. I have a younger brother and he is the main reason I got started on Dungeons and Dragons, because he has autism, a few learning difficulties. The role-playing aspect in Dungeons and Dragons is a great way for him to advance his social ability and his math skills, and if I'm honest, he's a genius. He's one of the best players I have. He solves puzzles way sooner than anyone else, just because his brain is wired a little differently. He's a great player, and it really helps him bring him out of his shell and gets him involved with other people. Now, Dungeons & Dragons, another saying you'll hear a lot is theatre of the mind. A lot of people will buy maps, they'll buy miniatures, they'll have these mats that they lay down that they draw on with a pen and wipe it off once it's done to explore the terrain. However, that's not necessary. If you can't afford it, you can still play a great game by just imagining it. Okay? All you really need is the character sheets, the dice, and the books available to you. That's all you need to have a great time. And that's what's fantastic about it. It's the theatre of the mind. As far as Dungeons & Dragons is concerned, that's a sword. So, yeah, it's a great franchise to get into, and I hope this video inspires you in some ways to explore other options to you. As I was talking about the campaigns I run, so Team B, I keep it basic dungeon crawl. So that is all about of what's on the map, combat, everything like that. Team C is my experimental campaign. They are playing a group of investigators. So think of shows such as Supernatural, where they investigate strange goings on, and it's more of a thriller aspect where instead of combat they've got to make other checks to investigate scenarios. And I absolutely adore this style of play as well because it brings something else to the table, and there are some horror aspects to it, so there's lots of will saves and a lot of horror like jump scares, how it affects people's mentality and different situations. And I also use Team C to experiment new rules that I would like to explore. So with the books, you don't have to explore all the rules. You can keep it as basic as you want, or make it as complex as you want. It's completely up to you, and it's your style of game, completely up to the way you would like to run that. But yeah, I mean, starting is something we all do. This is a starting point for me. This is a huge leap for me in making videos. I don't like recording myself. However, this is something I would like to do and something I would like to overcome. Just started making videos. This is the first time I've ever explored this option of YouTube and speaking to the public. But it's something I have a great interest in helping new people come to an understanding of the great fun you can have with just pen, paper and a few friends. So I hope you enjoy what I do. Please like, share and subscribe, and comment for feedback because I love feedback, even from the bad ones. So thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you all soon, and until then, have a great time and game on.